This is the biggest and most common dieting mistake I see when talking to people, and it's the one holding you back from your dream body. You've tried bulking up and you end up just looking like a fat, unhealthy, and less attractive version of yourself. You've tried cutting and you end up just looking like a melted candle with no muscle. And you're probably wondering why you just can't seem to build your dream aesthetic body like everyone else's. Well, you're making this one mistake, and if you can avoid it, you can make consistent progress forever and never have to worry about your progress in the gym. Doesn't matter what your goal is, if you continue to do this, you're holding yourself back. All right, fellas, we are going to speed run this explanation in the fastest world record timing on a Myra board, so you know the kid's acting up when I got one of these out. But this is the one mistake you keep making, and it goes for bulking and cutting. I'm going to explain and give you examples so you can see it visually on the screen. Anyways, if you're skinny right now and you want to build muscle, you're like, oh my God, Becky's birthday is coming up. I need to look more handsome and masculine. Let's start a bulk. So what you do is you start adding in a ton of calories into your diet. You start out with 1,000 calories, maybe 1,200. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm not building enough muscle, probably because you don't know how to train yet, etc. But you do an excessive calorie jump. And then you do the same thing again. Next thing you know, 3 months later, you've added 12 pounds of fat, barely any muscle, and you're very unhappy with the way you look. Now you look like a melted candle and no one wants to do that. So you end up doing a little diet. You go on Google, you say, 2,000 calorie diet, I need to figure this out. Then you end up back to where you started at no muscle gained. And then you end up repeating the same process over and over again. And this is the common thing I see. So the solution to this, if you want to bulk and actually build some muscle and look good, you start by doing slow, gradual progressions in your food. And it's the exact same in the gym. Every week, you just try add a rep. You just try add a little bit of weight, maybe 5 pounds. You don't go for huge. You don't put a plate on and then next week go put 2 plates on. That's how you die. So what you want to do is extend your bulking period for longer. So instead of 3 months, you go for 8 months and you do gradual little increases over time. You end up putting on a little bit of fat and you also build some muscle. Then what you do is go into a slightly more aggressive fat loss phase because now you've got a little fat on your body. You want to still look handsome. You pull that off by doing a diet. And the good thing is if you do this over time, your metabolism is going to build. So let's say you start at 2,500 calories. Now you're at 3,500 calories. This is not easy. 3,500 calories. So your metabolism is built up a little bit. So now when you want to diet, even if you did 1,000 calorie deficit, you're still back at maintenance calories. You pull some of that fat off, but at least you have a little bit more muscle. See, you're at a higher point. Then you repeat the process, and if you do this over and over and over again, you eventually will have a chadly, handsome, muscular physique, and that's exactly what you want. All right, fellas, now we're going to go over the cutting one, and this is the most common one I see. I see this time and time again, and it's totally understandable because most people just do the bulking and the cutting one back and forth, and then never make any progress. So this example, you're at the melted candle stage. You're like, I need to lose fat fast. Summer's coming around the corner. I go look handsome at the beach. People need to notice me. I need attention. So you're at 2,800 calories. You're like, I need to lose fat fast. So you're like, okay, well, a calorie deficit, that's how I lose fat, right? And if I do a bigger calorie deficit, then I lose more fat. Well, sort of. So let's say you go down to 1,800 calories. Maybe you lose 5 to 10 pounds. But after a while, your body ends up adapting and your metabolism is now like, okay, 1,800 is the amount of food we need to maintain this. And then you end up plateauing and you can't lose any more fat. And this happens a lot faster than you think. And so what ends up happening is not only on 1,800 calories, you're not going to be able to build a lot of muscle because it's just simply not enough food. And your body's in a very, it's hard to even just live and exist at 1,800 calories. And then you're at a point where, okay, how do I go lower than 1,800 calories? Are you going to eat 1,400 calories a day to lose fat? Probably not. You're going to feel terrible and you're not going to be able to get anything done. And I see this a lot more common than you think. And then what happens is you end up just losing a little bit of fat, but you still don't look very muscular. You haven't built any muscle and you're just not in a good position. So instead, what you need to start doing is the same thing, but in reverse of the bulk. Start at 2,800 calories, slowly, gradually, over a longer time period, start increasing that deficit. And there's multiple ways we can do that. First, by reducing calories, let's say by 200 the first week, 200 the next week, plus we add some cardio in. That way we create a bigger deficit without having to do a larger calorie deficit. Do some more calories, and then let's say we increase cardio, add in some steps to increase that deficit some more. And then eventually along this time period, you're able to actually build muscle and then you could be in the body you want and you're going to look handsome. You're going to have some muscle on you and you're going to be a lower body fat percentage. Now, guys, if you just repeat these two, 1, 2, over and over again, that is literally all people are doing to get in shape. And that's as simple as it is. So stop making this mistake over here and you guys will have the body you want. I love you so much. Bye.